Where's my snare? I have no snare in my headphones. There you go. Yeah. Yo, yo. Have you ever been hated or discriminated against? I have. I've been protested and demonstrated against. Picket signs for my wicked rhymes. Look at the times. Sick is the mind of the motherfucking kid that's behind. All this commotion, emotions run deep as oceans exploding. Tempers flaring from parents, just blow them off and keep going. Not taking nothing from no one. Give them hell long as I'm breathing. Keep kicking ass in the morning and taking names in the evening. Leave them with the taste of sour as vinegar in their mouth. See, they can trigger me, but they'll never figure me out. Look at me now, I bet you're probably sick of me now. Ain't you, mama? I'ma make you look so ridiculous now. I'm sorry, mama, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. One more time, I said I'm sorry, mama, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. I got some skeletons in my closet, and I don't know if no one knows it. So before they throw me inside my coffin and close it, I'ma expose it. I'll take you back to 73, before I ever had a multi-platinum selling CD. I was a baby, maybe I was just a couple of months. My faggot father must have had his panties up in a bunch, cause he split. I wonder if he even kissed me goodbye. No, I don't. On second thought, I just fucking wished he would die. I look at Haley, and I couldn't picture leaving her side. Even if I hated Kim, I grit my teeth and I try to make it work with her. At least for Haley's sake, I maybe made some mistakes, but I'm only human. But I'm man enough to face them today. What I did was stupid, no doubt it was dumb, but the smartest shit I did was take the bullets out of that gun, cause I'd have killed him. Said I would've shot Kim and them both. It's my life. I'd like to welcome y'all to the Eminem show. I'm sorry, mama, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. One more time, I said I'm sorry, mama, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry, but tonight I'm cleaning out my closet. Nah, I would never diss my own mama just to get recognition. Take a second to listen, fool, you think this record is dissing, but put yourself in my position. Just try to envision witnessing your mama popping prescription pills in the kitchen, bitching that someone's always going through a person shit's missing. Going through public housing systems, victim of Munchausen syndrome. My whole life I was made to believe I was sick when I wasn't, till I grew up. Now I grew up, it makes you sick to your stomach, doesn't it? Wasn't it the reason you made acid CD for me, Ma, so you could try to justify the way you treated me, Ma. But guess what? You're getting older now, when it's cold, when you're lonely, and Nathan's growing up so quick, he's gonna know that you're phony. And Haley's getting so big now, you just see her, she's beautiful, but you'll never see her. She won't even be at your funeral. See, what hurts me the most is you won't admit you was wrong. Bitch, do your song, keep telling yourself that you was a mom, but how dare you try to take what you didn't help me to get? You selfish bitch, I hope you fucking burn in hell for this shit. Remember when Ronnie died and you said you wished it was me? Well, guess what? I am dead. Dead to you as can be. I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. But tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet. One more time. I said, I'm sorry, mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. But tonight, I'm cleaning out my closet.
Eminem with the very poignant cleaning out my closet. Be kind to yourself throughout your journey. Let yourself feel everything you need to feel. Say the words you need to say. Don't hide who you are. Follow your curiosities. Be bad at something new. Chase the life you really want. Go for it, even though there is only a small chance of it working out. Don't worry about how you think you should be. There is no time for that. Be the real you. And this afternoon, we will remember, pay tribute, and share in the life of the very real Tim Weslowski. On behalf of Tim's family, I welcome each of you here this afternoon, along with those of you watching online. Brian Sharp is my name, and it's my privilege, along with Jolene from Manny's Funerals and her team, and Gemma from Bunurong Memorial Park. It is our privilege to assist with this service for Tim, and that was a very timely reminder. If you have a mobile phone with you, could you please turn it off or at least onto silent for the duration of today's service? I think we at least owe it to Tim. So as you come together today, still reeling from Tim's passing, we find ourselves submerged in a myriad of emotions: shock, confusion, grief, and even anger. But one word that does not immediately spring to mind is the word celebration. How do you celebrate when your hearts are breaking? And while Tim lived a life that gave so much joy to so many, it was also a life that at times delivered him so much personal angst and pain. But there is so much for you to be grateful for and thankful for having been in Tim's life. And while he has been taken from you far too early, today is certainly a celebration. The celebration of a man who loved his family and friends dearly, and while Tim lived a troubled life at times, he lived life to the fullest, impacting on so many others along his journey. Tim, in many ways, was a rebel. Even at times, he didn't know it. Whether as a child, when it was giving his school teachers a hard time, or even up until recently, tearing around the streets of Frankston on his trail bike with his mates at night, with no lights, of course. But Tim was always there, ready to have a crack. And while Tim meant so much to all of you out there today, our immediate thoughts sit with Tim's family, to which he was a son to Mick and Rhonda, a brother to Luke and Brooke, an uncle to Corey, Shaden, Tanisha, Tamsin, Jasmine, Madison, Tyler and Maddie. And our thoughts also turn to Tim's recent partner Nadine, who brought so much happiness to Tim's life in the weeks prior to his passing. Our deepest thoughts and apologies also go out to you all out there and all watching online with Tim's extended family and friends. It's wonderful to see so many of you here today. If you look behind you, you'll find the place is packed, along with those watching online, which I'm sure are many, to not only pay your own tribute to Tim, but to provide love and support to his family, and many of you are here for that. So let's go back just over 32 years where it all began. Tim came into this world on the 23rd of October 1992 to his parents Mick and Rhonda at the Frankston Hospital. He was the youngest of three children, having an older brother Luke and older sister Brooke. Tim grew up in the area known once as the Pines, which now is far better known as Frankston North. That said, I reckon any of those that grew up in the Pines, as far as you're concerned, it will always be the Pines. As a young lad, Tim loved riding his push bike and tearing up the local area in the go-karts that his father Milk built in his home engineering workshop. Now, I soon learned when Mick said he used to build the go-karts and Tim had an uncanny ability of destroying them. Tim also enjoyed skateboarding, basketball and football and played junior footy at the Pines Junior Footy Club. Tim's primary and secondary schooling was completed locally. Tim could be a handful at school, but quite often not knowing what he'd got in trouble for, although there was the odd occasion when Tim did get the upper hand. On one occasion, when Tim was around 10 years old, he was sent home from school for one of the various misdemeanours he had allegedly committed, and we always say allegedly, just in case. On returning home, Rhonda took him back to school, but after discussion with a teacher, it was agreed that Tim would return home with Rhonda and would return to school the next day. So on getting home, Tim did what any self-respecting 10-year-old boy would do, and that was to jump on his BMX bike and head to the BMX jumps, which happened to be located directly behind Tim's school, the Older Court Primary School. So come lunchtime at the school, Tim was enjoying the BMX jumps while so many of the kids at the school headed over to the rear cyclone fence of the school to watch Tim. One of the teachers then turned up to see what all the commotion was about. After issuing a few orders to the students to leave the area and to return back to the common school playground, now it's only suspected, but most likely, that he spoke to Tim and maybe asked Tim to leave, to which Tim's response was, "Fuck off." And I think that set the tone for the next 22 years of his life. Mind you, with Tim, it wasn't always disrespectful language like that. On another occasion, when annoyed by a teacher, Tim curbed any bad language and instead gave him a decent whack with a plastic cricket bat. On relating this, Brooke did jump in and say, but he did have a loving side. And Brooke, that loving side is well documented in your family amongst Tim's friend. It just certainly wasn't for some teachers, and he certainly wouldn't be on his own there. On leaving school, Tim picked up work with a company where he assisted in the making of sandstone blocks and also worked as a labourer for a roof tiler. Unfortunately for Tim, some mental health battles which had troubled him for many years saw him unable to work, and he was afforded a disability pension. Tim was very much a homebody and remained living with Mick and Rhonda at Frankston North, or the Pines. Mick said that Rhonda was his rock and the family home his castle. Now, that castle got a little bit busy at times, with Tim's friends visiting Tim at home and often mass filling the house, and in particular hanging out in Tim's bedroom. Mick said, and I quote, "The boy certainly gave his bedroom a hard time." Now, I was definitely not asking you for any further details about that, Mick, so I just let that one slide. Maybe over a beer later. Tim was a good-looking young man, as we can all see, and had a number of girlfriends along the way. Mick said, to put it in simple terms, some good, some not so good. But there is no doubt that over the last 5 or so weeks, Tim found true happiness with Nadine. Unfortunately, along with his mental health challenges, Tim found himself on the illicit drug scene. And while he was not a daily user, Tim would indulge himself on occasion, finally paying the ultimate price. I'd like to share a tribute with you that has been written by Tim's sister, Brooke. "Brother, it's been the hardest thing to lose you. You meant so much to me, but you are in my heart, brother, and that's where you will always be. I know that heaven called, but I wish you could have stayed. At least the memories I have of you will never fade. I do not want to lose you, but you did not go alone, as part of me went with you. So just remember one thing, we are not apart. You are with me in my memories and my broken heart. Tim, my baby bro, I love you so much. Love, your sister Brooke. And thank you, Brooke. We had a chat about that before today, and what wonderful words that you put together for your brother. And I'm pretty sure that he knew how much you thought of him. Our second tribute is from someone who simply signed off as a friend. It reads, to Tim. We gather today with heavy hearts, grieving a life taken too soon, yet also grateful for the light Tim brought into this world. He was a man who lived with intensity, tall, strong, full of energy, and always dressed to impress. His style was unmistakable, his presence unforgettable. Even his tattoos, some more questionable than others, were part of his unique charm, bold like the man himself. Tim had a love of life that was contagious. He was mischievous, adventurous, and never afraid to push the boundaries. Sometimes that mischief led him into trouble, but it also made him unforgettable because he was someone who lived. He didn't just exist, he embraced life fully with all its ups and downs. His journey with his family wasn't always easy. There were struggles, misunderstandings, and times of distance. But love, true love, has a way of pulling us back together. And in these recent times, that love had found a way to shine again, mending what was frayed, strengthening what was always there. For that, we give thanks. As we say goodbye, we acknowledge the pain of how he left us, but we're not here to dwell on that. We are here to remember the man, his laughter, his spirit, his fierce love, and his undeniable presence. None of us are defined by our worst moments. We are defined by the love we give and receive, and Tim was deeply loved. So we now commend his soul into God's hands. May he find peace, free from struggle, embraced by a love greater than any we can imagine. And may we carry his memory with us, not in sorrow, but in gratitude for the time we had with him. Go in peace, Tim. You are loved, you are not forgotten, and may God bless you on your journey home. From a friend, and to whoever that friend may be, thank you for taking the time to write that absolutely beautiful tribute. Memories are one of life's great treasures, so let's continue Tim's journey in photographs. Tim enjoyed rap music, particularly Eminem, which we heard at the start. So we'll do this while we look at these photos. We'll listen to another Eminem song called Lose Yourself.
Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, loud. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes gravity. Choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. Daddies, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter, he's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant, he knows when he goes back to this mobile home. That's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This old rhapsody better go capture this moment and hope it don't do it. Lose yourself in the music, the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music, the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better. The soul's escaping through this hole that is gaping. This world is mine for the taking. Make me king. as we move toward a new world order. A normal life is boring, but superstardom's close to postmortem. It only grows harder, homie grows hotter. He blows, it's all over. These hoes is all on him. Coast to coast shows, he's known as the Globetrotter. Lonely roads, God only knows he's grown farther from home. He's no father. He goes home and barely knows his own daughter. But hold your nose, cause here goes the cold water. These hoes don't want him no more. He's cold product. They moved on to the next mo who flows. He knows dove and sold nada. So the soap opera is told, it unfolds. I suppose it's old partner, but the beat goes on. Da-da-dum. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better no more games. I'ma change what you call rage. Tear this motherfucking roof off like two dogs' cage. I was playing in the beginning, the mood all changed. I've been chewed up and spit out and booed off stage, but I kept rhyming and stepped right in the next cipher. Best believe somebody's paying the Pied Piper. All the pain inside amplified by the fact that I can't get by with my 9 to 5, and I can't provide the right type of life for my family. Cause man, these goddamn food stamps don't buy diapers, and there's no movie, there's no Mackay Pfeiffer. This is my life, and these times are so hard, and it's getting even harder trying to feed and water my seed. Plus, see this order caught up between being a father and a prima donna. Baby mama drama screaming on her too much for me to wanna stay in one spot. Another damn monotony's gotten me to the point I'm like a snail. I've got to formulate a plot or end up in jail or shot. Success is my only motherfucking option. Failure's not. Mama love you, but this trailer's got to go. I cannot grow old in Salem's lot. So here I go, it's my shot. Feet fail me not, cause maybe the only opportunity that I got. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. You better. You can do anything you set your mind to, man.
What wonderful memories, and what a beautiful keepsake for the current and future generations of Tim's family to look back on and cherish and remember in the years to come. Tim was a remarkable young man in his own right, and that is clear simply by looking at this room and how so many of his family and friends are here this afternoon. You all know about Tim's wonderful qualities, but most of us cannot reconcile Tim's personal battles. That Tim and his immediate family, and in particular Mick and Rhonda, had been fighting on a daily basis for many decades. For most of us, mental health are just 2 words and it ends there. For many of us, as much as we think we know about mental health and substance abuse issues, the reality is, unless they impact on us directly in our life, generally we know very little. Acceptance, understanding and empathy seems hard to come by for so many. So I'd like to share these words written by a young lady by the name of Natalie. Do not judge a limping man as he staggers along the road, unless you have worn his shoes and carried his struggling load. There may be holes in his shoes, though hidden away from view. And do not judge a fighting man until you have fought his battle too. Don't sneer at a man who is down, only until you have felt his blow. That may have caused this incident that only the fallen like him would know. Like his problems and his situations, he may be feeling blue. So do not judge a depressed man until you have felt his pain too. Do not be harsh with a man who sinned and throw rocks at him and stones until you are completely sure you have absolutely no sins of your own. Instead, help him to find his way, their mistakes and problems to undo, and do not judge a helpless man until you've helped yourself too. Wise words indeed from a young lady who has also lived a difficult life, and they must have come directly from the heart. And for those of you who loved and shared Tim's life with him, remember, you don't need to conquer the mountain right now. You don't need to have everything figured out today. The only possible way to climb a mountain is by climbing it one step at a time. Don't think about the peak. Don't worry about what may come later. Instead, just focus on the one little step in front of you. The rest will come when it's time, but for now, it's just one little step. Rest in peace, Tim. You are now free from your pain. Mick and Rhonda have cordially invited you to continue this celebration of Tim's life with refreshments or a cup of tea in the Bilardo room at the Seaford Hotel, commencing at 3 p.m. I'm sure there are many more stories to tell, many of them that I wouldn't have been permitted to tell today. So take the time to remember and celebrate Tim's life over a cuppa or a cold beer. Seaford Hotel is located at 362 Frankston Dandenong Road, Seaford. If you get there a little early, and you may, feel free to grab a drink or a coffee in one of the many bars located at the premises. We close this service for Tim with a song that would no doubt have brought a smile to Tim's face. If you can, please stand.
Most people I know think that I'm crazy, and I know at times I act a little hasty, but if that's my way, and you should know it, then in every way, help me to show it. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. For most of my life, I lived a delusion. Yes, material gain has caused me confusion. But slowly in time, I learned that my place is to tell all that I meet the glory that God is. Ooh, yeah, yeah. And that's why most people I know think that I'm crazy. I know at times I act a little hasty, but if that's my way, and you should know it, then in every way, help me to show it. most people I know think that I'm crazy. And I know at times I act a little hasty, but if that's my way and you should know it, then in every way help me to show it.